Go.
My name's Jerry Stanton. I live in Allen, Michigan. I wanted to do a documentary on the success I've had using alternative medicine and natural foods, natural vitamins and mineral food-based vitamins and minerals that I've used over my lifetime. I'm 66 years old now, and I feel I'm doing the extraordinary things that the average person couldn't do. And I wanted to share my knowledge to help as many people as humanly possible that might have been in the same situation I was at 28 years old. I'm going to show you a picture. Hopefully the lady with the camera can get the picture of what I look like at 28 years old. Can you do that? You're not going to do that, right?
I did do that, except you.
Okay. You can do. I didn't realize you could do it from there. This is me at 28 years old. My 45-year-old son, he's 8 at the time. This is the evidence that this is a true documentary and not something fabricated. And at the time, I had the curvature of the spine, degenerative disease. The vertebrae were touching each other. Told I'd have to be on SSI or some kind of Social Security, or get some training and get an office job because my back wouldn't hold up anymore. I went on drugs. They put me on drugs, put some steroids in my neck. I had extreme adverse effects. Couldn't hold my balance, fell down, got physically sick, and only got worse, and prayed a lot, and good Lord told me everything was on this earth that I needed to get better, healthier, and stronger. And so I went on a 38 years journey and search for alternative medicines, minerals in the foods and the stuff that I've already mentioned. At 45 years old, this is what I looked like. I could squat almost 400 pounds. I had a complete transformation. I was so happy that I was even alive at this time. I put 45 and still alive. That was 21 years ago, and I'm still here. And what I'd like to do now is demonstrate what's happened to me and what I've done. I am physically stronger than I've ever been in my life. There is a difference. I was doing bodybuilding, more type exercises at the time. Now I do strength exercises. It's really simple routine. I work out 7 days a week, but I do 2 sets with a minimum of 5 reps per set, and I have to have at least 10 reps between the 2 sets. And that way I don't seem to get hurt. Be really careful. Get a trainer if you decide to do this. Make sure that you're physically fit and change your diet and live, and I will go into that later. But I'm going to demonstrate some of the things that I can do. Let's say these are 70 pounds apiece. Pardon me, 170 pounds apiece, 160 pounds worth of plates. A custom-made bar, because I couldn't find anything big enough, that goes through the middle of these plates that weighs 10 pounds. Total weight, 340 pounds. I don't squat quite 400 pounds anymore, but I do the higher reps. When I did that, I could only do like 1 rep, and I would have a lot of back problems when I used the squat racks. I don't use the squat racks anymore. I do squats with dumbbells for that particular reason. I have to use these straps to even hang on to the weights, because unfortunately, after I went over 160 pounds, I could cease to hang on to the weights long enough to do my exercises. I'm going to shut the camera off while I wrap these on there just to kind of demonstrate what I can do. I won't do all the reps because that would make the tape too long. Could you go ahead and I just put the straps on there around my wrists and wrapped them around the bars so I could hang on to them and not lose them. It'd be kind of hard on my toes to drop 170 pounds on them. This is what I use on the back of the seat. deadlift. Do about 5 to 6 of those each, starting out and do 10 reps all together of each. I just did that to make, I'm not going to take it completely, make the tape too long. Go ahead and I'll set up for the next exercise. Go ahead. Okay, this is 170 pounds, same weight. This is one-handed bench row used. This is stronger than I've ever been in my life. Same with the deadlifts. And I'd like to demonstrate that it can be done. As I said, that's the most I've ever done in my life. I don't know if it's slow enough or fast enough. Being a self-defense nut, I try to use energy in all my body when I do things. So I think some of the people, trainers will tell you to do a real slow exercise. It kicks out more hormones, but it doesn't seem to do more for my strength for me. So this is what I do. Set up for the next exercise. My bench weight is probably my weakest exercise, and is not naturally strong, heavy-chested person, so kind of limited there. But these are 90-pound plates. Scale weights comes out just about 95 pounds each. Although it might not be a lot of weight for all of you, but it's a tremendous weight for me, and again, it's more than I've ever lifted in my life. Gonna set them down, set up for another weight. Hey, when I started lifting weights years ago, I couldn't do one dip, even without the weights, not even one. Oh, it took me a long time to be able to do that. So I feel pretty good about this. This is 60 pounds of iron, 225s, 2.5s. Haven't had anybody come out here that lifted weights with me anymore. They could do that, so I thought I'd add this in a demonstration. That's as much as I can dip. Go ahead and I'll say. Okay, there you go now. The weights on this originally were for 150 pounds. They're on the other side. They were for the squats. I got so strong I had to go to 200 pounds. And when I got over that and that got too easy and I'm doing really high reps, I had to make my own bracket, which weighs about 4 pounds, almost 5. And then start adding weights. Now I'm up to 225 pounds. I've done 245, but if I do that, I'm lucky to just get one. So I'm just good. This is what I work out with on my second set on the heavy sets. I've done lighter sets today already. It's 225 pounds on my fly. I do a fly a little different than most for self-defense purposes. A lot of people do flies like this. I have no value to have muscles to do this because I'm not a bird. But I do use these to push with, defend myself, and as I said, I try to be able to, as I get older, still be able to defend myself if the time ever comes I have to do that. But I'd like to demonstrate how I do it, and it's basically like this. As I said, I use these hands, I push stuff, but I don't use the weights like a bird. So, and I'm not doing this for bodybuilding, I'm doing this for strength training. set up for another exercise. Go ahead and shut the camera off. Hey, this is a total body weight that I use for my traps, my lower body. I'm not isolating the muscles. This is a full body exercise back and all the way through. I'm taking 130 pounds with this bar right here and pulling it up and touching my nose. I can do it up to 12 times. Oh, I'm not really warmed up for it right now, but this is what I'm going to do. She'll put the camera on the weights, bring the weights back to me. I'll bring the camera back to me and I'll do the exercise. I'll do a curl, same 130 pound weights in a minute. I just got to catch my breath. Same thing, it'll be a total exercise, not just isolated on my biceps. Go ahead and shut the camera. I want to stress this one more time. Do not do this under any circumstances without getting a trainer first. I got a trainer and hope to do a video after this with the nutrients you need to strengthen your vertebrae and joints and cartilage and muscles so you don't tear yourself up. Then I want to stress one more time, if you can't do it 5 times, don't do it. And unless you're with a weight trainer, weightlifters get hurt all the time. And I don't want to be responsible for you. I'm not responsible for you. I've done this for 30 years. Lifted weights for 30 years, 38 years. I'm studying alternative medicine. And make sure your joints are right. And if you have to go to a doctor, if you can find one, that will give you an idea what you can do and can't do, please do that. But whatever is safe, I cannot guarantee you if you grab any of the things I'm doing that you won't get hurt. I'm stressing one more time, please do not degrade. Unless you're a weightlifter, you're sure you can do this. Don't try this without long training and expertise advice. Go ahead. This is a curl with the same thing. This is a total curl. This is not isolated. This is 130 pounds again. Now I'm going to do the exercise that I do, which is back and arms and total exercise. I do isolate the biceps in later exercises with slow motions. Over on the weights. Go ahead and shut the... This is 100 pounds of iron plates, 4 25-pound plates. What I do is swing. This is again a total body exercise. This is not isolated. What I got is 100 pounds and I'm going to put my arms up over my head. I can do this usually 14 times. I'll probably only do it 6 or 7 times. To keep the tape relatively short. But I do swing and use my entire body and put the 100 pounds above my shoulders. I am not extended myself at all. Not even breathing hard. As I said, I can do that 14 times. Got to keep the tape reasonably short. Go ahead and I'll set up for another exercise. See the like them. This is the setups I do. This is a slant board bench. I keep putting 2x4s up there more and more, but if I get too much upside down, I have too much blood pressure on my veins up in my head, so I try. I'm about as high as I can go, and this is the heaviest weight I have to do setups with, and this is as high as I can get it over my head. So there's 45 pounds of iron here. I'm on a slant bench. Don't know the exact angle for you, but I just want to demonstrate. I've seen guys do this with this on their chest on a slant board, but I've never seen anybody do it quite like I do it. I'm going to put it on top of my head and set it on my forehead. combination. I can actually do it holding it out as far as I can. I'll do that first just for the heck of it. And reps after that, I'll just set it on top of my head. Here goes nothing. Just I can do 15 to 20 reps on that. So I'm not doing all my full reps. Keep this video as short as possible. Go ahead and cut it, Jess. When you do these exercises, especially if you get in your 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, always make sure your back's straight when you're done. And if your back's really hurting and stuff, don't put tremendous pressures on it. You're going to mess yourself up. This is what I do. As I said, I had curvature of the spine when I started out this. It's gone. But this is what I do. Can't guarantee nothing for anybody else. This is just under freedom of speech. This is what works for me. I set this on the top plate of my hip and go all the way back. And I usually stay there. I'm not standing there. Usually stay there for 5 to 10 seconds. Move it up to my first rib, in between my first bottom rib, and lean back. And usually 5 to 10 seconds, and move it up a couple vertebrae. Lay there 5 to 10 seconds. And go all the way up. Roll around a little bit, move it. I use a rubber ball too, but my ball's broke. So I don't use those anymore. I'm using a rag, but this is what I started out with anyways. Then after I get all the vertebrae straight and everything, as I said, I wore them out. This is what I do to stretch my back. I sit here, and nobody's expecting anybody to do these things right starting off, but I just sit there and swing my legs when you're starting out, and according to the camera it's off. But anyways, I can do this now, and I do this like 10 times. I can do it probably 12, but, and then I turn my head this way, turn my hips that way, turn my head this way, turn my head. If for the people that aren't strong enough to do this, just kind of shake your body, let everything kind of stretch in place and pull when you're done. You'll know when everything's back in place. And that's how I got my spine straight. And when I first started out, I couldn't even lay on the bench. I could not lay my head down on the bench and lay my back that far. I had that much of curvature of spine, my head was about that far off. It's over a slow, long period of time it come down. Now I can put a rag on it and twist it actually back the other way. But it takes a while. I'm going to do a few things on nutrition. I'm going to write them down so I can say them real fast. I'll go up in my kitchen. Give you a real quick overlay of basically what I'm doing. As I said, I'd like to do another tape here, because if I actually told you everything I did, it would take half as long as showing you the exercises. Go ahead and cut the tape. Tell me when you're ready.
Whenever you are.
This is a quick overlay of kind of the foods I eat. I make my own foods as best I can and grow my own foods the best I can 9 months a year. But the foods I make are my own vinegar, my own wine, natto, a Japanese fermented soybean to dissolve the fibrin in my blood to keep it relatively thin. I make my own raw milk yogurt. I have my own chickens, and I eat 1 egg a day, shell and all, because of the hyaluronic acid that's in the membrane to keep my joints strong. I boil bones, the meat, in bones and all in the pressure cooker to also get for my joints and keep my joint strength, for the broth off the bones, for the hyaluronic acid, and another substance that's high in hyaluronic acid. Well, you can buy hyaluronic acid in itself for arthritis and stiff bones and to strengthen up your back. But Knox gelatin, a pack or two a day, is taking care of a lot of arthritis and pain for people. And I used it for years, but as I got older, I felt the egg membrane was better, and I did take hyaluronic acid when I started having trouble with great success. I use natural vitamins and minerals. I use ozomite, the stone. This is not guaranteed, not fit for human consumption according to the FDA. I use a food grade, I'm not going to be able to say Damascus earth. For minerals, I use ozomite, which is a powdered stone. There's another word for it too, because I think ozomite comes out of a particular mine, but you can look that up on the internet. I usually have a level teaspoon of that mixed in. With my yogurt, I use raw fruits, blend up my natural vitamins and minerals in my drink, and add raw fruits in there for the enzymes to break everything down further. Yogurt and whey has the highest source of amino acids known to anything to man. So with a combination of the enzymes, the broken down vitamins and minerals, fruits, I do also include a half a lime in my protein drinks every day for vitamin C and the pectin that's in the lime, and I also use a lemon once in a while. And I use creatine, combination of amino acids. As I said, when I eat meat, I usually eat meat only once a day, and probably no more than a quarter pound. And I usually have a glass of homemade wine with it for the enzymes to help break it down. That's about as far as I'm going to make this tape, because it's pretty close to 25 minutes now. And anybody, I would like to make another tape completely on the foods that I eat, but right now I just hope you have half the success for those that want to do it that I've had. Restoring my health and getting away from pharmaceutical drugs. The Bible calls it sorcery. They use the word pharmakia. They use the word pharmaceutical. Now it's sorcery. Check the side effects for anything that you're taking, I suggest. And if you can find an alternative source that you can get better results with no side effects, if you can find a good reason not to do that, let me know, because I have never been able to successfully do that. And my prayers are with you, and I hope you have half the success that I've had doing this. Lord bless and have a good day.